What's up, people? I hope this is my first video of the new year. For those of y'all that believe this is the actual new year, our actual new year starts in the spring, but this is how things go in the world today. But either way, I want to jump in on a few things. Um, I know I've been talking about the go bags and the ready bags and the get home bags. I'm going to get into the get home bags, but before I get into the get home bags, and I hope y'all are hearing me because I'm not wearing my microphone and stuff like that, is I want you guys to remember um, we've been getting a lot of calls and a lot of concerns about, hey, we want to do some more radio courses. We want to do this and read that. And a lot of you all have radios and things of that nature. I think the problem is not that you need more classes. I think the situation is that you're not practicing with your radios. You need to practice with your radios. Get familiar with them. Turn them on. If you have a GMRS radio, which is channels, get you and your mom, your sons, your family, your friends, all get together and get your radios and branch out and just talk to each other. Start 100 yards, then go 200 yards. Drive to the store, see how far you can get, see if you have to add bigger antennas. Just practice. The problem, I think the fear is nobody's practicing, and if you're not practicing, then you're not learning per se. You're not making yourself familiar. It's just like going to the range. You could buy a new gun and all of that, and if you keep it at home in the case, you're going to constantly ask questions. Well, how do I load it? How do I break it down? How do I clean it? I'm shaky when I get ready to shoot it or when I go to the range or whatever. It's because you're not practicing once a week or once a month or twice a month or whatever you need to do to make yourself proficient and comfortable with your equipment. With that being said, start working on things like that first. And if you're a ham radio operator and you're getting into that and you want to learn more ham stuff, and it's tons of stuff online. I have a course that just ran you through GMRS. So, just keep these things in mind. As you see, I'm in a little vehicle today. The truck is getting some work done. I can't wait to do a video on our Titan truck. But let's jump into this bag real quick, cause your boy got things to do. See this good gray man bag. If you were walking down the street with this bag, not too many would think any of the wiser of your gray man bag. It doesn't have all the military pockets and bells and whistles and all of that says I'm a prepper, I'm a doomsday person, I'm military. You want something that doesn't draw attention to you. I'm wearing a regular sweatshirt, put this on, I'm wearing a regular jacket, my hat, put it on, and go from there. All right, with this bag, I have water, somewhere to carry a little water bottle if I want, on either side. It has 1, 2, 3 zipper pouches. So let's go through the first one real quick. In the first one, this is just a fingernail clipper grooming kit. That's all it is. And I have a safety whistle with a compass, and inside of it, it has it had, I think I took them out, there would be waterproof matches. There's a little flint on here that this is supposed to be waterproof. You could blow it in case of emergency. If you wanted somebody to find you, you just keep blowing it. Has a orange piece of paracord on it where you can wear it around your neck, and if you drop it, you can find it. I also have a mosquito net, which comes in handy in the South. If you're in Louisiana, Georgia, Tennessee, and you buy water, you know what I'm talking about. And when it gets real humid, the mosquitoes be coming at you. So I keep one of those. Actually, I keep 2 of those. So that's all I carry in my first pouch. I keep a little small carabiner on the front in case I want to carry extra water bottle, something I want to hook to it. These have individual loops in the front, so you can hook more carabiners, slide a knife or a pocket knife or whatever you want to do on it. We're going to go to the second pouch. Second pouch, I have another carry bag. And another trick, man, when y'all do this, put a bag within a bag. So if you ever have to surrender your big bag for whatever reason, or, you know, meaning surrender, meaning you have to leave it behind because it's too heavy, whatever, you have another pouch that just has your bare necessities in it. You know, like a fanny pack or a chest pack or something like that, and stock that up. And here I just got mosquito afterbite stuff, tissue, you know, bags of tissue, Benadryl, chapstick, toothpicks, you know, that's all I carry in here. Because remember, this is just my bag to kind of get home. So if the car gets stuck somewhere or shift happens or EMP, then I can just kind of grab this bag and go. The total weight on this bag is probably about 30 to 45 pounds, I would say. I got hand warmers because it's cool right now. So remember, you got to pack your bags according to the temperatures that's going on now. In the summer, you may not have hand warmers. I would still say keep them, because if you ever have to stay or camp out somewhere, it gets cold at night. I have the waterproof matches. I have, what is this? Paracord. Now, the thing that you all can remember about paracord, you can do a lot of stuff with it. The red cord and stuff like that, see the red in there? That fiber is good to start fires with. If you're trying to light a fire, you pull some of that out and you kind of fluff it up and you strike against it and it lights pretty good. This also melts very well. These different little fibers can melt. So if you want to weld or glue something together, you would put a little heat to it, let it drip on whatever you're trying to do, and it gets hard. It gets hard as a rock. Trust me, I know. Let's see what else I got in here. I got glow sticks. I got the little cheap throwaway ponchos. They're not great, but in an emergency and you just need to throw something on you, you know, to help cover you up, you know, it'll work for a while. I wouldn't recommend them. I would say get you a better rain, like in the other bags that we have better rain ponchos and stuff like that. And that's the other thing, man. A lot of this is redundancy, you know, just redundancy. And it can get a little costly, you know, when you have to buy 2 and 3 of everything. So if you just basically focus on your go bag and your get home bag and think and buying in 2s and maybe in 3s, then that kind of helps you out. Just a little water collection thing. This came actually out of a Walmart kit. And it was like a Be Ready kit, and it really sucked. But it had some good things in it. And the things that I like, I kept. The things I didn't like, I tossed out. So this is just a way for you to collect water if in an emergency or in a pinch, or use it for whatever, you know, whatever you want to fill it in. Fuel, gasoline, oil, whatever, you know, you can use it for that. So pull this stuff out the way. What else I got in here? Good old portable toilet paper. You wet it, you can use it as a face cloth, or you can use it to wipe your butt. You can get that at Walmart too, Wally World. Some more ponchos. I had opened this one up, that's why it's kind of bundled like that. Some more light sticks in case you gotta light your path at night and your flashlight goes out, or you need to just drop something somewhere to help people to find you or what have you. As you see, I keep contractor bags. Contractor bags can work just like these rain ponchos. You can punch through them, put them over your body, and they'll keep water off of you. Another thing is, if you have to make a bed or camp out and you got a bunch of leaves and brush, you can pack these bags with them and lay on that as a cushion. You can also cut these open and use them as a temporary shelter. I mean, it's not going to be the best, but if it keeps you out of the elements a little bit, keeps you dry a little bit, and hopefully keeps you just a little warmer, they're good to have. Keep 5 or 6 or 8 contractor bags, or even a whole roll, in your vehicles. They come in handy, trust me. What else I got in the goodie bag? That is pretty much it. We already went over the fact that, I had, the hand warmers and the glow sticks. So that's usually what I keep in my second pouch. So putting all that back in here. And as you go through things, check the dates on these things in case you got to throw them out or recycle them or whatever the case may be. So you just want to make sure that you have all of those things taken care of. Now, another thing, we're going to get into the bigger part of the pouch. And in this bigger part of the pouch, I carry me a little Mountain House breakfast just in case. You might get hungry on the way, and you got a little bottle of water or something, you can boil it or heat it up. I got a canteen, and the canteen has a little cup at the bottom, and I've used it, as you can see, I use my stuff, it's all burnt up, but you can use this, heat your water or whatever to purify your water, collect water in your canteen, purify it here. You can make your soup. If you got dry soups, noodles, anything that you carry. I always carry you a couple of things, which I got to put back in my bag, is some electrolytes. Electrolytes are real important. Just drinking water alone doesn't always work. You're going to have to deal with electrolytes. Those electrolytes really replenish what your body needs. So keep packets of electrolytes, powdered Pedialyte, whatever you can get. Just kind of keep that for that just in case, because dehydration is real. Okay. Compass. Always keep a compass. Always keep a compass. Learn compass skills. If you want to know that, I'll do a class on that, but I would rather do that class in person. Also, keep maps of your local area, your highways, your roads, and all that. Here's my downfall. I have all of those maps, I do, but I have them in my other vehicle. Where's my other vehicle? In the shop, so shame on me. So again, remember, redundancy is real important. So buy 2 city maps, buy 2 highway maps, so you'll have one in your vehicle, and you'll always have one in your get home bag. Okay. What else we got in here? Good old field knife. Good old field knife. And inside of this knife, if you've seen them, they have the novelty fish hooks and all of that. Here, let me see if I can show you. This sheath. This hooks on the belt. It's a canvas type style sheath. There's the knife. That's a knife. Is it full tang? This is not full tang. This is one I think got gifted to me. It's made in China. Got gifted to me from, I think this is a Harbor Freight special. I've used it. It cuts. It will chop. It's just not full tang. And if you don't know what full tang means, that means the blade steel goes from this point all the way to the handle. This goes all the way and it stops about right in here somewhere. So you always want to get a full tang knife when you're serious, but I have so many knives. I carry so many different knives all the time. I don't particularly worry about that. But you want them full tang. You want the blade to go all the way through. You want that steel to come all the way through so it doesn't break when you're chopping and twisting, and it won't snap on you. But it is what it is. Something is better than nothing, and if you're on a budget, you got to do what you got to do. I just kept this one because it was gifted to me, and I just threw it in the bag. But I have plenty of full tang knives and machetes and stuff like that that I keep around anyway. I'm trying to reach in here without sticking myself with the fishing hooks and stuff. Hold on, guys. Oh, and it has an inside the handle. It has a compass too. Redundancy doesn't hurt because if one compass go, I prefer water compasses. Magnetic compasses are good, but remember when you're walking with magnetic compasses and stuff like that, and you have something metal on your person or your bag, and you hold the compass close to your body, because typically you're walking with your compass like this, so you can keep your bearings. And if you have metal hooks or anything on you, it may mess up your true north, you know, and you may have to walk with it further out from you if it's magnetic. A water compass, you don't have to worry about that. And if an EMP or something hits, then you also don't have to worry about, what am I trying to say? You don't have to worry about that magnetic field being messed with a water compass. But if we get hit with some type of EMP, it will screw up GPSs and compasses and all that kind of stuff, you know. So just think about, this is really in here. Okay, there we go. So in this, we got matches. If you can see that, we got matches. You know, so a little piece of sandpaper, I guess, to strike the matches is on. We got needle and thread. We got a few fishing hooks, stuff like that. You can add more or less of whatever you want to put inside of this handle that makes you comfortable. You know what I mean? So you can just add whatever you want in the handle. If you don't want that, then put what you want to put in the handle, and go from there. This is a cool knife, in my opinion, if you kind of, you know, farming, working around the house, and you just want to have something swinging off your hip, you know, to cut some things, chop on some things, you know. Self-defense really is primarily the main reason for this. So I'll put that back in the bag. What else? Okay, I'm gonna show you that. Always, first aid, always. We're not going to get into everything in here, but ibuprofen, stuff for sunburn, you know, aspirin, alcohol wipes, you know, your basic first aid stuff. I got a mini 2-person tent. A mini 2-person tent. Again, redundancy, you know, we'll bust this out one day. I always keep an extra pair of gloves, you know, just some basic little gloves just in case, you know, you don't want to get your hands dirty. Always one of the main things, and keep as many of these as you can, 2 or 3 of these if you can. These are so important. You can do so many things with bandanas, okay? Arm slings, bandages, water filtration, wet it down, put it over your head to stay cool. These are awesome. These have so many uses. What else we got? Reflective. This, if you're in a situation and you want to stay warm, this is a reflective emergency blanket, and the silver draws in the heat that keeps you warm from the sunlight. You know, it just keeps you warm, and it keeps in your own body heat. So these are good to have. You might be sitting in the car and you might need it, you know what I mean? I got more. I got tons of what do you call what was I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. Glow sticks, you know. So keep socks. Cotton kills, wool saves, but keep a couple of pair of socks. If you're walking and stuff like that, you also want to keep comfortable shoes. So if you have to change and walk, comfortable pair of gym shoes, hiking boots, whatever. We have them sitting back here somewhere. I'll grab one, not grab them both, but you see, we about that life. We keep the hiking boots in here and walking shoes and stuff like that. So we definitely keep that in here. Um, this is a Mylar type bag, and in that I keep my radios. Remember, we talking about always keep a radio. This is a Baofeng, and it charges. It can charge through my cigarette lighter, you know, and all that. It has a base. I have in here another GPS mapping system by Garmin, and all the wires and cables to hook this thing up. And this is in this bag in case an EMP hits. You know, it's supposed to block out any magnetic pulses or solar flare or whatever to protect your electronics. So I always keep that. And you can get these off of Amazon, all sizes, for your laptops, your bags, your wallets, your cell phones. They come medium, they come small to medium small to medium to large to medium large to large to large to huge. So you can get these, or you can buy the fabric yourself and wrap things on your own, right? So we keep that. But you always want to change your socks, because if your feet start hurting or they start sweating and you're getting blisters, you're not going to make it very far. You're not going to be able to walk very far. Emergency radio. I always keep an emergency radio, and I put the batteries in backwards, or I wrap them in plastic so they don't make contact, because it's usually people will put batteries in them, forget, and then they'll start to rust and corrode or explode, and now the radio is useless unless you can clean the contact some kind of way. And you can, what I found works well is a steel brush and cleaning vinegar. Cleaning vinegar seems to eat it up. Cleaning vinegar, a little baking soda, scrub, and you know, if you got those little corroded contacts from batteries, that seems to work. But you want to have the emergency radio so you can listen and hopefully pick up, you know, what's happening in the area. Trying to see what else I got in here. Oh, my breaching tool. I don't know if you guys ever seen those. You know, it has a hatchet on the end, a hammer, pry bar, and you would use these in case you know, I mean, I'm not encouraging it, but in case you have to, you know, get into a place for safety, or get out, if somebody got you and you got to get out of a place, you know, that might be hopefully a helpful tool. You know, or you get in a situation where they haven't taken your bag or something like that. You know, see, here's a smaller version of those bags that I was talking about. And this is usually used for your cell phone or your wallet if you want to put your credit cards or something in there. And stuff like that. So you want to have you some energy bars, something like that. You're going to recycle those a lot more often. And stuff like that. I have what I didn't show you, because you're like, well, you're talking about heating up water and everything, you know. I dropped it down here in the bottom, and it's a little chilly where I'm at today, y'all. In Georgia, it's cold, you know. But I have it's buried down here at the bottom, y'all. I'm trying to get it and it's slipping away. Let me pull some stuff out of here. Let me pull some stuff out of here. I guess that's the cool thing about having the military bags to a degree, is they allow you to move around and, you know, get stuff. This one has internal pockets as well, so you can stuff stuff in the internal pocket. But getting back to heating up water, this is a mini camp stove. So if you can get water, I would always say keep water in your vehicles. Keep a case of water. Keep 5 or 6 bottles of water, or 8 bottles of water. You know, depends on how. If you travel alone, if you travel with family members, keep that in there, so you all at least can have a way to stay hydrated and dilute those electrolytes so you can drink them in the packets, or those instant meals or whatever you got. But this comes with its own little bricks. You see those little bricks in there? Once you set the stove up, you set the bricks in here. You light them with a match or a lighter or whatever you have, flint, and then you set your pot on top of these. See that? You set your pot on top of that, and it'll heat your water and cook your water, or your food or whatever you want to do. So I have a little stove, that I keep with me all the time, just in case. There is water in our vehicle. We keep water in the vehicles most of the time. And of course, what else we got here? I'll put the first aid back. This is a mini solar charger that folds out, and you can charge your stuff. So if you want to recharge your cell phone or your tablet or whatever, and it has a little hook, and that means you can, remember I showed you these tabs on the front of the bag, and you can just hook it on here, open it up, and while you're walking with it on your back, the sun will be hitting those panels, and it'll charge your cell phone or your radio or whatever that you have that runs off of USB and micro USB. So, and this is just a little carrying case. Try and pull it out for you. But there it is, and this is where you would plug all your stuff into, this little unit right here. And I have two little hooks on it, so you can just hook it and let it walk, and it will start charging. See, the red light just came on just by picking up the sun. It just picked up the sun that quick, and it's letting me know that it's ready to start charging whatever. So you see, it does work, and it works immediately. I think you can order them off of Amazon. That's the name of the company. Can you guys see that? And you can order it off of Amazon or whatever and get it, but they're awesome to have. Redundancy with these two. I'm going to order another one. I think I'm going to order a 4-section or a 6-section one, just to have, because I also like to make sure that I have extra in case something breaks. And think about it, things do break, things do crack, things get lost. Sometimes you have people traveling with you that need these things, and might need extra help, and you like, hey, I got mine here, you can use this. You know how it goes. People always do people stuff. And of course, last but not least, but everybody knows, your self-defense. Keep your self-defense. Personal protection. This one is my little 380. This is made by Ruger. I love it. It's got a little kick to it, but it's got weight to it. I got a flashlight at the bottom, and a laser. It has come in handy. I've actually had to use the flashlight a lot more than I've ever had to use the weapon, but the flashlight just came in handy when my batteries ran out of something, or something fell short or something like that. I was like, man, and then I remembered, on my weapon, the EDC weapon, that, oh, I got a flashlight on there. Let me use that flashlight. And I've had to walk through the woods, with the weapon just to use as a flashlight. So hold on. I'll make sure I'm putting everything back. And I want to show you guys something. So that kind of stays, in the vehicle with us always. But we also keep, and I'm going to show you because I just pulled it out of here, and that might be a whole nother class, is we keep a CB radio. People say, oh, they're obsolete, they're this or that. Get a CB radio. Let me say it again. Get a CB radio that you can put in your vehicle, carry with you. This is one I kept in my truck all the time. Is a magnetic mounted antenna that hooks into the back of your CB, and then you put this on top of your vehicle. Now, careful with these magnets, because they will scratch up the top of your vehicles and leave permanent marks and stuff like that. Why? Because they're metal and they're magnetic, and they can leave a mess. What I've learned to do over time is, get a thin cloth or some paper towel or something like that, and kind of put it between the antenna base and the vehicle, to kind of keep down those scratches and swirls and discoloration. And I would say the discoloration and stuff usually happens with these if you leave them on the vehicle all the time. If you use it for a while, you take it off. Let's say you're going on a trip and you use it for your trip. Always take it off, wipe the roof of your vehicle, and move on. Some of y'all that have pickup trucks and stuff like that, and you can just lay them in the bed of your truck and you don't care, that's fine. I've seen some people fabricate on pickup trucks. They take a piece of metal or tin or steel, or I should say steel or metal, and they make a little box or a little shelf, and they tack it into their vehicle, or they weld it into their vehicle, and they just set this on there, and that's all it's used for. It's just for their antenna. But I have a base station over there that's sitting there. We're gonna go into those, and I have a portable that I carry. I like it, but it's huge, but what it does, you have to hook up your own speaker system to it, so you have to buy a separate speaker for it, so you can hear a lot of the chatter that comes back and all that. So you do have to get a separate speaker for it, for the model that I have. So, some of the newer, smaller ones that are awesome come with built-in speakers, so you don't have to worry about buying an extra speaker. Mine is a little bit of an older unit, but it's a beast of a unit, and I just have to connect my speaker and connect my antenna, and then connect it to power. And power usually comes from your cigarette lighter, or we carry a jump pack like this, and you can plug in your cigarette lighter and stuff like that. So we use this to jump vehicles. Our vehicle, it has a light, stuff like that. It has a way for you to charge USB and USB-C. So all you gotta do is hit these buttons and stuff like that. It can take a regular AC outlet and things like that. You do have to recharge this. I have it on the schedule where I recharge it monthly. So it has to be recharged monthly, back up to 100%. Usually when mine drains, it only drains as low as 80%, 70%. And if I skipped a couple of months, then it might be down to 50%, 55%. But now I have it on the schedule on my phone, so my calendar always pops up and says, hey, charge your power bank, charge your power bank. And that's another thing. In my shoulder bag, which is buried back here, in this, I have power banks, I have face masks, just regular medical face mask, hand sanitizer, another knife that I carry all the time, little bitty first aid kit, things like that, a few little granola bars or energy bars or something like that, just in case, so again, redundancy. Think about these things. Sometimes people carry bigger packs, and depending on your walk or what you have to go through or where you have to go, you're going to have to assess what can you take out of these bags, leave the bag, and carry everything else. You're going to take You're probably going to take your knife. You're definitely going to take your EDC weapon. You're going to take all of those things for sure. And you know you're going to have water. You know you're going to have comfortable shoes. You know you're going to have a change of socks. Have some foot cream. I'm just saying, I need to add that to this bag. It's in my other bags, but I need to add it to this bag. Have some foot cream so you can rub your feet down to take care of blisters, keep them soft, keep them pliable, so you don't get those blisters and those calluses. I'm telling you, when those feet go down, it's a beast. It's worse than the knees. But when them feet go down, you can kind of work through the knee pain a little bit. It may be excruciating, but that foot pain and that ankle pain is a real thing. So hopefully this helps you all. Remember, the only way you're going to get comfortable doing any of this is practice. You need to set up drills with your family, with your friends, and actually do your whole go bag thing. Get your bag on and walk. Park your car somewhere or have somebody ride with you, and let them drop you off somewhere, maybe a mile, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles from the house, and see if you can trek it. Keep your radio, always keep your radio with you and charged up, and your cell phone charged up, and trek it. If you can't make it, you can call and say, hey man, I made it 3 miles, I made it 4 miles, come pick me up, I'm stuck, I'm tired. You gotta practice. That you're not going to get comfortable and proficient in anything without practice. That's practicing with your weapons, practicing with your archery, practicing with your canning, practicing with your growing, practicing with your radios. Practice, 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 and then you won't be in such a fear of calling people that are more proficient and say, hey, what do I do? Where do I go? How do practice? Even if you don't have, let's say, a bug out point to go to right now, say you don't have the land or the farm, find a campground, find a park, find something and use that as a fictional, if you will, or imaginary bug out location, just so you can practice. So let's say we grab a ranch or a farm where we know the people and we say, hey, we're gonna run a drill today or tomorrow, and we're gonna all come there. We may camp out overnight, but we're just gonna run this drill, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna practice using your go bags and ready bags and throwing them in the car and getting some of your supplies or whatever you think you're gonna need if you got a bug out, and then make it to that location and practice staying in communication with your group. And then go there, meet, and then have a discussion on what worked and what didn't work, what you forgot. Remember, it's about practice. So if you forgot something, if you messed up on something, that's okay, because your mess up or your mistake may help somebody else. The things that you were prepared for may help somebody else. So that all gets worked out in the conversation. So y'all keep that in mind. I'm going to go get me something to eat. And I hope you all have a blessed and some of y'all that celebrate this part of the new year, Happy New Year. Those that's going to celebrate in the spring, I'm wishing you a Happy New Year. I'm hoping all these tensions and things politically and everything that's happening in the world cease, don't come to pass for people that are worried about, so many things. And I'm not going to get into that because I'm not going to bring in the politics, but we all know what everybody's worried about and what everybody's afraid of. I'm just hoping that you're blessed and it all works out for you. See you on the next one.